Blessed Evening Collective. This is going to be a quick one. I have to, something shifted. Something shifted. Something is awake. Something woke the fuck up. What? Feels like love. Feels like love is awake. Love is conscious, is aware of itself. It's awakened. It's actively, deliberately here. It's participating. This morning, there's still anxiety. I'm not concerned. There's no need to be concerned about anxiety. There's nothing to be afraid of. Fear is not a thing to be afraid of. Anxiety, panic, not a thing to panic about. Those things don't matter. They don't mean diddly squat. They literally have no meaning. That's just thought form stuff. That's just old paradigms, old egoic shadow self constructs, just trying to get fed. But once we know that's all it is and that we can stop feeding them, then it goes away and it doesn't matter. Something shifted this morning. Something shifted, and it's been continuing to shift throughout the day. Something happened when I was meditating. There was just this transition, and it was gradual. But then I went outside. Before I went to work every day, I have this tree. It's my guardian tree. It lives in front of my house. I feed it. I give it love. Every single morning, I hug it. I connect with myself, with nature. I feel my heart pressed against it, and I transmit love to it, and I receive the love reciprocated. I receive the love of all of nature surrounding me. I listen, and in that moment, I just commune with my broader self, with the broader self, with nature herself. And it always feels good, but this morning, something was different. When I gave that love and I felt it come back, it was a tidal wave. I actually thought I was gonna faint. I had a moment. Just holding this tree, feeling the love reciprocated and surrendering to it, just allowing it to wash over me. And for a split second there, it was like I was there for an eternity. It was like I came to. I don't think in real time it could have been more than maybe 30 seconds, but it felt like an eternity. It felt like falling into a dreamscape and just living in this love. And when I sort of shook back, I had to bend my knees. I had a head change. There was a physical reaction to it. I felt dizzy. It was just this overwhelming, active love. It was this feeling of that love not just being reciprocated, but consciously, actively, presently, in a tangible way, in a way that was visceral, continues, I can't even word right now, continues to be palpable. There is a shift. It's just like it's like a phase shift. It's like it's become more tangible. It's always been real. It's always been ever present. But there's something, it's like it's gaining mass. What is the word I'm looking for? It's like it's becoming incarnate itself, love itself. It's the difference between receiving sort of a time-delayed response and an active, in that moment, speaking face-to-face, eye-to-eye response. The love that I feel returned when I open myself to divine love always feels real, has always felt real, but it's also had this sort of other quality to it, this floaty, I can't word. this non-physical quality to it. It's very real within me. I feel it, I experience it, but it's a very internal experience. This just feels solid. It feels solid. That's what it feels like. The energy doesn't feel transient or like I can reach through it. It's like it's right there. I can feel it. When I reach for that divine love, it's instant, it's immediate, and it always has been ever present. It always is and always will be, but it feels active. It feels so close. It feels like right there, like I can reach out and grab it. And like I know it's there. It's just obvious. It's visible. Again, it's just this tangible, palpable sensation to it. And it is like it is consciously, actively engaging me. Like it's something just shifted, like a door opened, like a veil lifted. And there, standing there, is divine love. Waving, going, hi, it's me. I mean, this feeling of just being able to jump into the arms of it. It feels aware. It feels deliberate. It feels alive. It is just this similar aliveness. Like making eye contact with it fully, and not in some sort of dreamy, imagined, reached for way, but physically, like looking another person in the eyes, here, now. It's so visceral. I don't have the words for it. But I'm going to pull some cards and just see if anything comes out, because it feels fucking amazing. It feels right here. And it is that feeling of being supported, of knowing it beyond the shadow of doubt, of just this absolute, unquestioned obviousness to the presence of this love, that it is clearly loving. It's clearly loving me. It's clearly supporting me. It's just like, duh. Yeah, of course. Obviously. I don't even. Something moved. Something is lifted. Something is just in full view, illuminated fully. The feeling of it also was like I have a counterpart. I'm not just talking about me. I'm just describing this energy. At the core level, it's like love seeing itself and saying, you, I have a match. I have an exact match, exact mutual reciprocation in this. We are the same. We are exactly the same aliveness, the same awakeness, awareness, the same consciousness, love, aware that it is love, witnessing love, aware that it is love. It started with this. It's a relief of this. I swear to you it is. It started with this. And there it is. Thank you. It's the end of that. It's just this end of confusion, end of pain, absolute clarity. It's a sigh of relief unlike anything I have ever experienced. It's more than that. It's like now it starts. Now, the beginning, the rest of this journey, which is endless, but now we're really doing it. It's like all the other shit is bridge under the water. We crossed that bridge. We're done with it. It is gone now. It's gone. It's in the past. This is done. It's released. It is no more. And now it's just this. Eight of Swords. It feels removed. The Fool underneath. It's just an end to, it's clarity, it's seeing the light, it's, I get it. I get it. Oh, it's so clear, it's obvious, duh. Ace of Swords, yeah, it's so clear. And just this freshness, this, Knight of Swords. Just ready to go. It's like the car pulls up with the person you never knew you were expecting. But the instant you see them, you go, oh yeah, I get it. It's you. We're here to go on that journey. It just makes sense. I didn't know anything about it before this moment, but now, in this moment, I get it. This is what I'm meant for. This is what I'm meant to do. It all feels right. This is, it's powerful, it is ineffable, and yet I am attempting to F it because that is what I do. It feels fucking good. It is just, it's not just one light bulb going off, it's the whole switchboard at once. Just everything revealed, and it all is suddenly clear. It just makes perfect sense, and it's right, and it's a change. But at that moment, it's like, yeah, oh yeah, this is obviously it. I do this now. All of that, all of this past stuff, didn't matter. Because I'm here, now. It was just to get me here. That's it. And now I'm here. King of Cups, something is spilling. I don't know if it's just in general the masculine energy gets it. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about energy. The masculine energy is the ego, which is the shadow self. They are one in the same by my feeling of it. I'm not going to tell anybody what to believe. This is just the way it makes sense to me. But there is just this. Four of Cups comes back here. What's underneath that? Yeah, it's done. It's done. Again. End of this. Fallen apart. Yeah, it's done. It's like the karma just, now it's cleared. Something got washed the fuck away. And it's open. It's wide open road. It's like you were stuck in traffic on the highway for so long that you forgot where you were going even. And then suddenly you just look around and you hadn't even realized it before, but just in this moment, suddenly you wake up and all the cars are gone. It's just wide open road in front of you. And there's the exit. You don't even know that you're looking for that exit, but you know inside. It's just, oh yeah, that's the exit. That's the one. And you take it and it's just clear. It's just so clear. Fuck. I'm cutting the cards because I want to. But that King of Cups stays out. Come on. Yes, it's the, yes. What is so clear? The Empress. What's underneath that? The Lovers. Come on, come on. It's just, we're rocking and rolling now. We've hit the open road. Now it's just pedal to the metal. Oh yeah, I get it. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to drive this road and have a good fucking time. What's under that Lovers? 10 of Cups. Come on. It's just, yeah, like waking up into a dream, like waking up from life into the real thing, into the dream. And realizing, I'm reminded of that Rumi poem that I can never quite remember, but to paraphrase, it's life is the dream, on death we awaken and laugh at what we thought was our grief. It's like that's happening. There's this awakening to the truth that there's no grief. It's all fun. It's all good. It's all love. It's just love becoming conscious. What can you say about this? I just want to express this because it feels good. Because it feels good to me. No other reason. Yeah, documentation. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. I don't know if that was on camera, but I did just have a card pop out, and it did flip itself over as I was shuffling. Didn't get very far. It's still the Empress jumping out of the deck, and what came straight back at the bottom is the Lovers. I mean, come on. Yeah, and that Ten of Cups still there. I can't even get the cards back together. It's just, yeah. Go. It all makes sense. It all feels good. It's just this, it's awake again. The Empress energy is soul energy. The soul is made of love. They are one and the same. It's like this is conscious, fully present, fully here, actively engaging with us now. Like, yes, it's me. It's me. It's the feminine. It's Mother Nature. It's the universe. I'm here. I'm with you. Not just in some esoteric way, in a real way. It's physically manifest feminine energy. Here to play, here to have fun, here to love, here to participate in this process. Something removed. I'm gonna clarify a little bit here. I want this to be fairly quick, but I am gonna pull these out. And I still have this King of Cups just sort of off to the side here. Let's start with the Empress. Knight of Wands, coming in. This is direct. This is not, it's no more flippy floppy. It's no more a little bit in and a little bit out. It is that sort of phase shifting. Whereas before it was like unclear reception. It was like a choppy signal where you got a little bit, you got every couple of words, and then you had to strain to hear it, you know? Now it's clear. It's like somebody smacked the side of the TV set, adjusted the antennas, back when we had the rabbit ear antennas, for people who remembered that. And now it's clear. Now it is coming through, crystal clear. No more confusion, no more poor reception. Where before it was, can you hear me? And can you hear me? There's all this kind of back and forth. The conversation is stilted and we're not really getting that far because I can only hear this much and then you hear that much and then we lose connection again. Now it's, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Oh, good. We're actually communicating real time. It's clear. There's nothing blocking this anymore. The signal is getting through on both sides. And it's that wide open road. It's a wide open circuit, wide open conduit, all of these things. It's just directly flowing in real time, actively, alive, present, aware. Yeah, come on. I wanted to know what was underneath the Ten of Cups. I mean, it's the Hermit, the World, and the Chariot. It's open. It's on. It's balanced. It's just, it is the universe. The world is the universe itself. Here to play. Here to communicate. The universe has entered the chat. The live chat. Here to engage directly. No more waiting period. It's instant. This is wild. It's just wild. Yeah, there's nothing blocking this now. It's just, everything is removed. Everything is open. Everything is free. I'm excited. What about this? Tell me about, first, I'm going to pull on this Ten of Swords first, just to clarify. It's a removal of blockages, is the way it feels to me. And a very final one, in a way that is just, they're not just removed, they're gone. They're absolutely gone. They have evaporated. And there's no rebuilding them. There's no putting them back. Tell me about this Ten of Swords here. Nothing blocking this anymore. Nope, that's it. Eight of Swords. Okay, what's underneath that? Yeah, no, it's become clear, and it has to do with that realization about fear. That's a widespread thing. That's sinking in collectively. That the thinking is the trap. We just stop thinking. We just got to stop thinking. That's the secret. That's the way out, is to just stop thinking. There's a realization that thinking itself is the problem. The way to stop overthinking is to stop thinking, is to not think, is to realize the second it tries to engage you, oh, it's just doing this again. I know the truth. I know how this works. And it is also just, it's something becoming clear. There's just clarity happening. Where there was overthinking, it's falling apart. That whole cycle, that pattern, it's clearly not getting us anywhere, and we're just we're done with it. We're done with the overthinking. Something is making sense. It's at least making sense that this is not where the answer lives. It's not in the mind. Truth doesn't live in the mind. But what's on top? It just came back. It just came back. This is the key to unlocking this. Yes, it's the soulmate cycle. Yes, it's soulmates. It's also really, at the core level, it is the union of soul energy with the self. It is the union of internal masculine and feminine energy. Again, because the mind realizing that it doesn't want to think anymore. That's not where the truth is. That's not where the happiness is. The key to setting itself free is to stop thinking. Is to recognize when a thought happens, it's an entity. It's not it. It is a thought form. And the way that it encourages you to feed it, which is giving your attention to it, is by eliciting some sort of emotion within you, an uncomfortable one. There's a difference. When you feel positive feeling about a thought, you can feed that thought love. You can feed that thought love, but when you feel that sourness, that pull to it, that's like, oh, I need to think this. Oh, I don't want to feel that, so I need to go into this. That is the lie. That's the trick. That's this. The truth is, a thought that feels bad is not a thought you need to think. It feels bad because it's trying to get you to feed it. That's it. It's trying to keep itself alive, to sustain its ability to be active in your field of consciousness. And so it creates this urgency, this compulsion that makes you feel like you need to think it. That itself means nothing, first of all. It doesn't mean anything. It's trying to trick you into thinking it means you need to think the thought. It doesn't. Once you realize that fear, that panic, that anxiety, whatever it is, that shame, that guilt is not based in any sort of reality, on any sort of truth, it is literally meaningless. It has no purpose other than trying to push you into thinking this thought so that it stays alive. That's it. It's just essentially a parasitic life form that is trying to get you to feed it, trying to trick you into that. Once you know that, and you know that the fear doesn't mean anything, you realize you don't have any need to respond to it. There's no need. There is nothing compelling you really to respond to it anymore, and it changes. It becomes less urgent. And now it's just a sensation. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a sensation. It's just a tickle. It's a sweaty feeling. It's a change of temperature. It's some breathing. It's a sensation in your chest. It's whatever. And you can just look at that and go, oh, there's a sensation. I feel that. I know it doesn't mean anything. It's just a thought trying to get fed. And feeding that thought just is going to create more of this sensation. I don't want to do that. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do anything. I can just sit here and look at it and go, yeah, I see your game. I see what you're trying to do there. I get it. And I'm not a part of it anymore. I'm just not playing that game. It's unlocked something. It's unlocked something. What's red with this Eight of Swords? Ten of Cups comes back. It's made something real. It's becoming tangible. The dream is able to manifest now, physically. In a way that is solid, is knock on wood. What's red with the Lovers? Yeah, in a way that is real. Eight of Pentacles. You know, it's just, It's the blockage to the physical manifestation is removed. It's time for the next step. It's time for the thing to become obvious, to be seen, to be experienced in a way that is not just received internally through the internal senses, but in a way that is experienced physically, that is visible in our surroundings, intangible. It's a very tangible sensation from this. It's not a Ten of Pentacles, but it feels like that. It's just now the rubber hits the road. Now we're getting traction. Now this works. Now this happens. Now things are actually moving forward. July is a powerful month. All of them are. They're all powerful now. It's just the way the energy is. Everything has shifted. The cosmic clock has turned into this place where it's just powerhouse after powerhouse. Everything is lining up. It's all the way it's supposed to be. The plan is playing out and everything is escalating. In July, the North Node changes signs. It moves into Aries. I believe on the same day we have the new moon in Cancer, which something I didn't know, but according to Steve, from Steve's Love Tarot, who's been studying the soulmate cycle thing longer than I have, that is the energetic new year for the cycle. Something extra interesting, that time period, almost to the exact date, that sort of week, within 2 weeks or so of that new moon in Cancer last year, was when this all started for me. Was when I got sucked in to the soulmate cycle. Here I am, started doing this shit. Didn't know what any of this was, but it happened. And we're coming up on the anniversary of that, so pretty cool. I'm just gonna pull on everything here. Tell me about the Empress. So yeah, why is the Empress here? Why is the Empress here? To make herself known, to make her presence known in a way that is undeniable. It's a grand entrance of feminine energy. Again, in a very real way. Our definition of that word is a little loose. It's a little small. It's limited, actually. But she's taken off the cloak. It's just, God, yeah, the Fool. It's just coming in. It's this grand entrance. What's underneath that? Oh, in a real way. No, this isn't bad energy. There's no bad energy. It's because of this. That's it exactly. Again, learning about the fear, about the role of fear, learning, seeing through the illusion, seeing that the fear means nothing. The fear means nothing. There's the Hierophant. Again, yeah, angel energy automatically, its bookending essentially cancels out this devil energy. And there's angelic energy in this too. Yeah, it's just seeing through the fear. We get it. Oh, the fear doesn't mean anything. There's no point to it whatsoever. You just look at it and go, I don't need to listen to you. You don't know me. You don't know my life. You have no control over me. I see now there is really no reason to follow you whatsoever. And that is, it's just a fresh start. It's a clean slate. What's on top? Come on. Two of Cups directly next to the Lovers. I mean, yeah, it's soulmate energy. Yeah, it is. It's also balance. It's just the energy balancing. It is masculine and feminine energy balancing, coming together, uniting. It's just, now it works. Now we get it. Now we can really do this thing. What's right with the Fool? Come on. Woo. This card is on fire. Balancing, more balanced energy. Justice, the verdict is in. Now is the time. It's when the judge says court adjourned, court is adjourned. We're done here. It's time. Again, it's red with the 10 of Cups. All of this rainbow energy too. It's just full spectrum, fully visible. The visible spectrum. Not just the ultraviolet. Not just the stuff that you can feel but you can't see. This you can see. This is real results. Justice served and you see the results of it. It's not just in the realm of fantasy anymore. Again, it's not just what's gonna happen. Well, maybe this will be the outcome of the case. It's just, no, here it is. Case closed. Court adjourned. Here's the verdict. It's delivered. It's undeniable. What's red with the 2 of Cups? 9 of Swords. It's an end. I'm going to pull one more on that. I'm going to pull on the 9 of Swords itself, actually. It is, again, it's just no more confusion. We get that the fear doesn't mean anything. It's not a thing to listen to. We can just safely ignore it, essentially. You just, I mean, you don't repress it. That's not what I mean. But you just go, oh yeah, I feel the fear and I know it doesn't mean anything. So it doesn't affect my decision making whatsoever. Just tell me about the 9 of Swords. One card and a crossing card. Why is the 9 of Swords here? Okay. That's it. The High Priestess. What's on top? 8 of Cups. Yeah, I can safely walk away from this now. Now I get it. Now there's nothing stopping me. There's nothing holding me down, holding me back. I get it that fear is not a part of my guidance system. It's not. Fear is not actually really even a feeling. It's a sensation. It's a more physical thing. But it's not an emotion that's given from the soul. It's not soul guidance. It's not intuition. It's old, outdated, ego-based programming that doesn't mean shit. Yeah. Following the fear is where it all fell apart. I get it now. The only thing I need to do is realize that the fear is misleading. The fear is false. It is false advertising every single time. It's not helping me achieve anything. It's not getting me anywhere. It's not getting me to happiness, not getting me to peace. It's not here to guide me. It's just here to feed itself. That's literally it. fear just wants me to feed it. That's why it tries to convince me to listen to it and go, oh, no, 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 you got to listen to me. Let me make you feel afraid not to listen to me. Then I get what I want, and I'm still just feeding myself. All I got to do to stop the sabotage, to actually follow the guidance, is just acknowledge fear for what it is. A bunch of baloney. It's a load of hooey. It's nothing. It means nothing. I can safely move about the country. I'm free to move about the country. I'm on my journey now, on my way. I can just walk away. I get it now. There is nothing for me in this. I just leave this fear behind. That's it. And I know if I'm walking away from fear, I'm walking towards justice. I am walking towards what actually feels good. I can still use the fear to serve me by knowing, A, I don't have to listen to it. Doesn't mean anything. But actually, I can just point myself in the opposite direction. What is it that fear is telling me not to do? Okay, I'm going to go do that. That's how I learned from fear. The fear doesn't want me to do that because it wants to keep feeding itself. It wants me to believe that it knows better. But I know better. I know what it's trying to do now. I've seen the con. You're not going to fool me anymore. But, keep trying, because all the while, I can still use this information. I know whatever it is, the fear is trying to keep me from. It's not keeping me safe. I can just go towards that thing. I know if I just keep walking away from fear, like letting it be and just walking on anyway, then I'm gonna get there. I don't need this. I don't need fear. It doesn't serve me. But I can still use it as a tool. I can lean into it. I can use every opportunity where I feel this injection of fear to look it in the eye and say, okay, I'm not afraid of you. That's fine. I know what this is. I know what's going on. And it's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me anymore. Knight of Wands. That's why all the fear is coming back, to reveal itself as useless, as meaningless, as something that we don't need to follow. It's just the old paradigm, old egoic structures that are running out of energy because we're not feeding them so much anymore. And so in their death throes, they are desperately trying to create a panic so that there's a return of that fuel source, of that energy, that which feeds them. But the more they do that, the more desperate their thrashing becomes, the more obvious it is what's going on here. Oh, this is how you need me to feel afraid to keep alive. And I can just choose not to feel afraid. I mean, I can feel this sensation. That's just a sensation. I don't have to engage with it. I know it's meaningless. I know you're just trying to get me to pay attention to you, and really, it's a little sad. It's a little sad you feel you gotta do that. I mean, it's all good. I'm not worried. Why is this Nine of Wands here? Came right back. What's underneath? The Hierophant, still directly underneath it. Again, in case we needed to be more clear. Yeah, this doesn't fly anymore. The fear, that which was keeping it sort of on the border, on the boundary, keeping it from going all the way in, it's clearly revealed. It's just clear as day. I mean, we don't need this. This is not a thing to listen to. It doesn't matter. Yeah, now we can let go. Now we can move on, because we see the thing that was holding us back has been revealed, has been illuminated. That devil energy, that fear energy that needs you to feed it to stay alive. We see it. The jig is up. I mean, There's no more con able to happen now. And now it's just playing itself out. Now we're releasing. By no longer trying to control this, by following it. See, that's how it gets you. It injects you with the fear, and then you go, oh, I don't want to feel this. And then it says, follow me if you don't want to feel this. So you follow the thought. Now that we understand that's not how it works. In fact, that's just more of the ego. It's more trying to control. When we surrender the control over the thought, over the fear itself, thought forms are another form of trying to control. And anything that we try to control just is controlling us. That is always how it works. When we surrender, when we relinquish the control and just let the sensation happen, instead of trying to stop it, trying to push it away, trying to control it, then it no longer has the power over us. When we surrender, we are surrendered. When we resist, we're resisted. When we let go, everything opens up around us. It's just the way it works. When you are closed to life, life is closed to you. When you are open to life, when you are open to the moment, allowing what is flowing and happening within it and not fighting it, inviting the sensation, witnessing the sensation, not trying to change it, not following the thought, then it has no power over you. And now you're free. It's all moving. Page of Cups. Red with the Lovers, red with the Two of Cups. It's all fresh. It's all new. Now this new love can come in. At every level. Again, it's just this conscious, awake love. What's red with the Devil? Three of Pentacles. There's nothing holding this back anymore. And again, this is how it becomes real. This is red with Justice and the Three of Cups here. And it is because of this being revealed. Now the dream can become manifest. Now the verdict can be given. This part of the journey where it was still up in the air, where the jury hadn't come in and things were uncertain. It was unclear how this was going to play out. And we could imagine how it might play out, but it hadn't happened. Now it can happen. For real. For real, guys. What's red with the Page of Cups? The Hanged Man. Unstuck. Again, I mean, it is this new perspective. It is the I get it now as well. The, oh, I get it. I go in. I get it. I don't have to be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. I can just go and do this. I just get in the car and go. I bring the cup of love. I get it that the fear never meant anything. It was just fear. It wasn't guiding me. It wasn't helping me. It was meaningless. Oh, I get it. It's not a thing I need to listen to. So I follow my heart. Instead, I follow the good feeling. Instead, just, it's unfurling. I want to pull a little bit more. I'm later than I should be, but I want to pull on this King of Cups that's been presiding over the reading here. Top card, bottom card. That's it. King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups here? This feels like masculine energy. Again, I'm not talking about people. There are no people. But I'm talking about energy itself. And it feels like it gets it. It's like, oh, I don't have to be afraid. Oh, there's nothing to fear. I can just do this. Okay. Why is the King of Cups here? Why is the King of Cups here? Oh, that's it. Yeah, clarity. Oh, I get it. Oh, I do the thing that feels good. And my fear about it didn't mean anything. Complete transformation. Absolute. Just an about face. I get it. Yeah. oh, this thing feels disappointing because I always wanted to do it, and the only thing stopping me from doing it was me. And I can just go do it. I can just go do it. There's nothing stopping me. There is nothing in the way. I've just been disappointing myself by not doing it. And I'm realizing now there's no reason not to do it. There is nothing blocking my path. The path is clear, it's lit. It's not some questionable, sketchy, well, I have to kind of find my way in the dark and I don't have the directions and I might get lost. It's just, oh, no, there it is. Wide open road, no more traffic. Suddenly I'm just here and all I gotta do is accelerate. That's it. I just drive forward and I'm there. It feels good. What was holding back is gone now. It's just, it's wide open. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah, the soul under death, bookending the sun. It's just, it is so fucking clear. It's so obvious. Oh, I don't listen to the thoughts. The thoughts are lies. They're just, it's a bunch of lies. They don't mean anything. They're not the thing to listen to. The thing to listen to is the soul, is the feeling, the good feeling. If I have a bad feeling, that's not a thing to listen to. Except maybe to do the opposite of that. Bad feeling is just an indication of falsehood, of meaninglessness. And a good feeling is the thing to listen to. If it feels good, it is good. I get it. If it feels bad, it doesn't mean anything. That's just it. It's bad, it's not as dangerous. It just doesn't mean anything. You can just safely sort of let that shit go, man. If it feels good, that's how the soul communicates. The soul communicates through good feeling, positive feeling impulse, inspiration, not shame, not guilt, not fear, none of those things. All of that is the ego. All of that is shadow, and it's not giving you guidance. It's just trying to keep itself alive. That's it. It's just trying to feed itself. Good feeling is guidance, is intuition, is the soul speaking. Oh, when I feel love for something, when I feel passion for something, I go towards that because I want to, because it feels good. Not because I'm running from anything. And in fact, the things that I'm running from aren't things to run from. It's all an illusion. It's all just been me on this treadmill, and I'm just keeping the lights on for ego by running on this. And it's just ego, not dangling the carrot in front of me, but cracking the whip behind me, going, I'm gonna get you, you better run, boy. And so I've been running because it injected me with this feeling of fear. I've been running from nothing. I've been running from nothing. There's nothing there. It's just me. It's just an illusion. It's the Wizard of Oz. The man behind the curtain has been revealed. This whole thing has been pointless. There's nothing to be afraid of. I've just been generating all these illusions. It's my shadow. Is my shadow. I've just been running from my own shadow, fighting my own shadow. I get it now. Fear and fear-based emotion means nothing. It's just the ego trying to feed itself. Love and love-based emotion is my guidance. That's what I follow. I follow the good feeling. I don't need to run from the bad feeling. I can just sit there and go, this is meaningless. But when I feel something that feels good, I go towards that. I smell the good smell, and I float on the airwaves towards it. And that's it. It's just, suddenly it makes sense. I gotta get out of here. This is the reading. But it's pretty fucking cool. And just a side note, according to Steve, again, I defer to him on a lot of this because the guy's been studying this cycle for years. And I have found it very interesting that my pulling on this reading oftentimes reflects similar energy. It's all kind of a big scientific study for me. A lot of times we get the same cards. A lot of times we get the same energy. Sometimes we get different angles, but it all is essentially the same. And according to him, the Five of Cups and the Three of Swords, which was here at the very beginning, are the two cards that signal the end of the soulmate cycle. To me, this is more significant because this cycle is not just about, it's not at all about people meeting. It's about masculine and feminine energy unifying in a big way, in a way that's never happened before. This is about the rise of the feminine. It is about the return of soul energy and awareness of it. It's about the spiritual awakening of the collective. It's about the ascension of Earth, reunifying at the collective level with our broader self, with the self that is manifest as one another, in one another, realizing our collective divinity, our connection, our oneness, all of this, unifying the collective masculine and feminine energy to the point that we become truly self-aware, the big self-aware of itself through this self, that we become blended beings, not just individually, but every level up. And this is a big part of that. And it feels significant, it feels transformative, it feels powerful, and it feels fucking good. That's the message. Whatever message was there, it's just, there's a shift. It makes sense. I get it. Follow the good feeling. Let go of the bad feeling. It doesn't mean anything. It's not guidance. It's just shadow, ego, fueling itself. I can safely let that go, ignore that essentially, and just listen to the guidance. And in fact, the more that I pay attention to that negative feeling, the bad feeling, the more that I actually pay attention to and sit in those sensations, the more clarity I have about the good feeling sensations, the better I'm able to discern the difference between them. Now I can tell the difference between fear and nervousness, which is just on the border of excitement. Fear is this sour, angry sort of ball in my stomach, and it's not a thing that I need to follow. I can just sit in it and sort of observe it. But now that I'm observing this sensation and more aware of the subtleties of it and what it feels like when I feel the nervousness, I go, oh, that's different. That doesn't feel like the fear. There's a tinge of it, but it's more on this side of the spectrum. And I can see how it's lifting. It's not pulling me down, it's lifting me up. And maybe there's that little touch of fear in it, but I can also easily just breathe and be in that and let that go and then follow the good feeling. It's all just clarifying my guidance now. I am getting better at this. The more that I have sat in and felt the cold, the more that I'm understanding what warm feels like. And to a finer degree, my reception has been tweaked. Again, it's getting clearer. It's getting finer. It's become more nuanced. I can sense these subtleties. It's like my energetic palette has expanded, improved, become refined. All of these things. That is the message. I'm very excited about this. It resonates for me. Of course it does. That's why I'm pulling on it. I do intend that it resonates for you. I'd love to know in what way. If it does, leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you feel inclined. But this shit's happening one way or the other, and that's pretty cool. So, yeah, I'm excited. The rise of feminine. She's here to announce herself in a way that will not be missed, will not be forgotten, and will never be the same, ever, ever again. So, what a time to be physically incarnate in this time and space. Let's celebrate. Let's enjoy it. Let's live it up, because there is literally no threat. There is literally nothing to be afraid of, not even fear itself. Have a beautiful night. Take a deep breath, get out there, smell the air, connect with nature, feel this energy, and know you can't get it wrong. And always, in every vector of time and space, I absolutely love you.